The chair recognizes the gentlewoman from New Mexico, Ms. Leger Fernandez.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to thank every single veteran in New Mexico and nationwide for their service and sacrifices to our country. But we cannot only thank our veterans for their service, we must honor their service by providing veterans the services they have earned. In 2018, President Trump's VA began a process under the Asset Infrastructure Review Act to develop a list of recommendations to modernize and realign VA medical facilities. 2 weeks ago, the VA released its recommendations to the Infrastructure Review Commission and proposed the closure of 4 community-based outpatient clinics in rural areas of my district, closing Gallup, Las Vegas, Raton, and Espanola clinics. Combined, these 4 clinics serve thousands of veterans in predominantly Hispanic and Native American communities. Hispanics and Native Americans serve our country at higher rates. We are incredibly patriotic. The VA wrongly assumes that these patriotic veterans can receive care from other community providers. They fail to understand that in our rural areas, there aren't enough healthcare providers. The VA clearly doesn't seem to understand rural America. The VA's own report listed veteran statements that they have serious problems driving long distances for care and can't receive critical care and quality care in many areas due to limited community providers. So while these were listed in the report, the VA may have listened, but I don't think they heard. But I do hear. I hear my veterans and their stories. I hear their needs. I heard Harry. Harry is a 75-year-old Cold War veteran who is also a cancer survivor. He's a survivor today because his clinic doctor, Dr. Gomez, ensured Harry received a biopsy and he received it quickly. It caught his cancer and saved his life. The clinic doctor knew Harry. He knew his history and could respond quickly to Harry's concerns. Harry told me, "It was my pleasure serving this country, but the thing is that this country needs to take care of us too." Chris, another veteran I spoke to, told me Congress is quick to send us to war, but when it comes to health care, the government is lacking. Shirley cried as she told me how she believes she is alive today because she could drive herself to the clinic where she was immediately triaged, stabilized, and sent to a hospital for the chest pain she is experiencing. Her heart still beats today because of that clinic. It breaks my heart that after all that these brave veterans have done for us, we are abandoning them just because they live in rural America. I know how my community struggle to receive care and the toll it takes on their loved ones to take a full day of work off, to drive them hours, 6 hours, just to draw labs or to have an annual checkup when it could be done in 25 minutes or less in town closer to where they live. Some veterans would be forced to drive those 6 hours round trip for care at the VA hospital in Albuquerque, which is itself overwhelmed, where veterans wait months and months for appointments. You know what? The VA never spoke to the local Espanola VA clinic. I did. The Espanola clinic doctor told me that other local clinics are not specialized to the unique needs of veterans and don't understand the mental toll that military service has had on our veterans. He asked, "Don't veterans deserve more?" Veterans do deserve more. And I have traveled to rural parts of my district to hear what those veterans deserved, to hear what they need. The veterans I spoke to were upset, and rightly so. I'm upset too. They've gave years of their life to service to our country. It is our nation's solemn obligation to provide veterans the health care, education, housing, and honorable service they have earned, regardless of where they live. This is about respect. This is about service. This is about saving lives. I will not stop until we convince the VA and and when it gets to him, President Biden, to reject these recommendations. Instead of closing clinics, we should be expanding care and services to our veterans, meeting their needs wherever they happen to live, in cities, suburbs, or in beautiful rural America and rural New Mexico. That's how we truly thank our veterans. Mr. Speaker, I yield back.
The gentlewoman yields back.